I felt a little disappointed when we decided not to, but then at the same time, I thought maybe it's better. Maybe it's the best choice. I just didn't know for sure.
And we will guarantee you access to the pond.
I think Kody's offered these two pieces at the very end of the road toward going out of the property to pretty much everybody that we know.
Maybe I should just trade you one of those lots for part of the work, or maybe both of them for like 3/4 of the work.
Now he's talking. You can see the wheels turning.
Hi, friends. It's Katie from Without a Welcome back to my channel, Kody and Robyn Brown's feud with Janelle over Coyote Pass, and the money owed to Meri and Janelle is about to heat up. A neighboring property, located right next to Kody and Robyn's lot, has just hit the market. The parcel is identical in size to one of the smaller lots that Janelle and Kody own separately from Robyn, or to the one that Kody and Robyn own without any other family members involved. What's shocking is the asking price, which is significantly higher than what the Browns paid for their land back in 2018. Earlier today, word of this listing started spreading across online groups and discussions. I got a few messages on Facebook and Instagram saying that Janelle and Kody had listed their lot for sale. When I looked into it, I realized something. The address didn't actually match their lot. Instead, it's a different piece of land, further up the hill and surrounded by woods. This is the same lot Kody once tried convincing his friends to buy, pitching it as, "Why not get this lot up there? We could be neighbors." Back then, 2 lots near his 5-acre property with Robyn and Christine were up for sale, along with a few others in the area. Eventually, in 2020, those lots were purchased by someone completely unrelated to Kody, Robyn, or the Brown family. But just last night, that owner put their parcel on the market. It's the same size as 2 of the Browns' lots, 2.44 acres. And they're asking $425,000. That's a huge jump compared to the value estimates I mentioned just a week, 2 weeks, or even 3 weeks ago when I talked about the Coyote Pass feud being a $1.5 million battle. If they get their asking price, this could mean that the total amount of money at stake in this battle now exceeds $2 million. With that much on the line, the tension between Kody, Robyn, Janelle, and Meri is bound to escalate. It seems more and more unlikely that Kody and Robyn would be willing to give up their claim to the property. So let's break this down. About 18 hours ago, a lot at 9245 West Coyote Pass, just up the road from Kody and Robyn's land, was listed for sale. What makes this even more interesting is that the lot actually shares a well with Kody and Robyn, making these sellers their closest neighbors who own land on Coyote Pass but aren't part of the family. The property spans 2.44 acres and is listed at $425,000. According to the listing, it's situated near a private 160-acre estate, surrounded by residential homes, offering peace and tranquility. There are multiple potential building sites, and just like the Browns' properties on Coyote Pass, there are no utilities yet, though utility lines do reach the property boundary. Seeing that price tag, I decided to check the records, and it turns out the current owner bought this land in 2020 for $234,000. That means they're asking for nearly double what they paid, which is a major increase compared to what the Browns spent on their lots, which are not up in the hills. Unlike the Browns' lots, which are not on a hill or surrounded by trees, the 2 smaller parcels were bought by Kody, Janelle, and the group back in 2018. The purchase price for Janelle and Kody's lot, which is the same size as the one just listed, was $180,000 at that time. In just a few years, the value has skyrocketed, something that isn't surprising given how expensive land in Flagstaff has become. Even vacant lots sell for a premium. I know it sounds crazy, but despite Kody, Robyn, and the rest of the family not building there, other homeowners have. In fact, one of the newly built houses in this development is actually an Airbnb, meaning you can rent and stay on Coyote Pass, though it has no ties to the Brown family. Now, if we use this listing as a benchmark, keeping in mind it's just the asking price, not the final sale price, Flagstaff properties are often selling at or even above their listed value. Based on this, the land is priced at $174,100 per acre. The Browns own nearly 15 acres, around 14.48, though let's round it to 14.2 for simplicity. If they were to sell, this listing could serve as an appraisal reference or a comparable sale. Since it's in the same development, the only real difference is that this lot sits up the hill and in the woods. However, part of Kody and Robyn's property is wooded too, so that doesn't necessarily mean the price would be any lower. Back when these properties were originally listed, their prices were all fairly comparable. That means if they use this new listing as a benchmark, the combined value of all the parcels could be around $2.5 million. Since Kody's name is on every single parcel, he stands to walk away with a huge payout. The reason I believe he's stalling is that, legally, he isn't required to give anything to Meri or Janelle unless they take legal action. They would need to file a lawsuit and prove that the money used to buy the land came from a joint account in order to force a sale. So far, no legal action has been taken, but under the current arrangement, if the land were sold at the estimated price, Kody could pocket close to $1.8 million, assuming each lot sells for $174,000 per acre. If you're Kody and Robyn and you've spent years carefully orchestrating and refining your financial maneuvers, there's no real reason to cooperate with Janelle and Meri or voluntarily hand over their fair share. However, this recent listing and its high asking price could be exactly the push Janelle and Meri need to take action and finally force a resolution, whether that means pressuring Kody to sell or pursuing legal action. They've been sitting on these lots for nearly 7 years, and right now, Kody and Robyn could list 2 of their parcels without even consulting Janelle or Meri. Under the current deed structure, they could put at least one of those lots on the market immediately with no questions asked. One lot is 5.16 acres and another is 2.42 acres. Meanwhile, Meri and Janelle only have claims to certain other parcels, with Meri entitled to just a third of one. Even if Kody and Robyn leave out the lots involving Janelle and Meri, they could still walk away with a massive payout without having to include them at all. The list price here is crucial because the entire family has been locked in a battle over the land's value. They've argued about whether it should be based on appraised value, yet they haven't taken the step of bringing in an appraiser. But if this sale goes through, Janelle and Meri would finally have clear proof of the property's per acre worth, an actual comparable sale in their area. They need to act fast because, at this rate, Kody and Robyn could end up walking away with nearly 75% of the total money while doing absolutely nothing. That kind of windfall would make them incredibly rich. Just think about it. Kody and Robyn could pocket $1.8 million from this deal, which is more than what many people have saved for retirement. If they get that kind of money, there's no chance they'll suddenly decide to be fair or play nice. What's even more baffling is that after all these years, Janelle and Meri still haven't filed a lawsuit or taken any real legal action. It just doesn't make sense. There haven't been any surveys conducted, no permits pulled, nothing, and all of that information is easily accessible on the Coconino County websites. There are no new property listings, so the only thing anyone has to go on is Kody's claim that the land belongs to him. And let's be real, in polygamy, this kind of behavior isn't unusual. He may not call himself a polygamist anymore, but his mindset hasn't changed. In his eyes, the money is his. And since Janelle and Meri were the ones who left, he sees it as them giving up their rights to everything. From his perspective, they walked away, so they forfeited their claims. And now he and Robyn get to keep the money. He has positioned everything perfectly in his favor. And now that we all see just how out of control Robyn and Kody's spending habits are, does anyone really believe that 2 people who have built their entire lives around manipulation, deception, and extravagant shopping habits would pass up the opportunity to pull off the ultimate con, especially in plain sight? There's no way they'll let this chance slip away without taking full advantage of it, even if it means completely cutting Janelle and Meri out. If I were Janelle or Meri, I'd take this new listing by their neighbors as a wake-up call and immediately reach out to a lawyer to discuss legal action. They could treat this less like a family dispute and more like the dissolution of a business partnership. By gathering records of property payments and tracking where the money went, they might be able to prove their financial contributions and finally get what they're owed. They could argue that the money used for these properties came from joint funds, meaning Kody and Robyn essentially took what wasn't theirs. That would make Janelle and Meri legally entitled to a fair share, whether the land is split 3 ways, 4 ways, or some other division. At this point, the best move would be to initiate a lawsuit, but not to force a sale just yet. If they do that, Kody and Robyn aren't obligated to split the money evenly. In fact, they wouldn't have to give Janelle or Meri anything from the parcels that don't have their names on them. A lawsuit is their only real option. part of me wonders if the biggest reason they haven't done this yet is because of the show. Christine has already taken legal action against Kody for child support, but if Janelle and Meri sue over Coyote Pass, what's left to keep them all tied together? Are they deliberately holding off on a lawsuit because without this land dispute, they'd have nothing left to keep them in contact? Right now, this battle over Coyote Pass is the last major storyline linking them. Christine has completely cut ties with Kody and Robyn, and outside of her child support case, she has no connection to them at all. If Coyote Pass were settled, it would officially sever any remaining ties. And that could mean the end of the show. With how this season is playing out and the direction it's heading, it really makes you wonder what's next. With another batch of episodes set to drop this spring, likely sometime in March, April, or May, we already know, thanks to what my Kelty has shared, that the Coyote Pass situation won't be resolved this season. So how much longer can this family keep a show going when they're not even a family anymore? And how many viewers will stick around knowing Kody and Robyn are using the show as a way to financially manipulate the other women? The tension keeps building, and with so much money at stake, there's no reason Janelle and Meri shouldn't take legal action. A lot of people avoid lawyers because they take a big chunk of any settlement, and lawsuits can drag on for years. But filing a lawsuit can also trigger negotiations, and even if Janelle and Meri don't have a direct claim to those parcels, legal pressure could push Kody and Robyn into settling. Maybe they wouldn't want to deal with a long, messy court battle. You never know. What's clear is that the stakes are higher than ever, and the feuds are only getting worse. Janelle and Meri have every reason and all the motivation to finally take action. On the other hand, Kody and Robyn have every reason to keep stalling. They're likely going to drag this out as long as possible, hoping to wear Janelle and Meri down until they just give up and walk away. And honestly, that seems to be Kody's plan, stalling until they finally throw in the towel because they're too exhausted to keep fighting his manipulative games. But what do you think? Will the neighbor's lot actually sell for the asking price? If you're local to Flagstaff, have you seen properties go for this kind of amount? I've personally seen lots sell for even more per acre in Flagstaff. Do you think this will be the push Janelle and Meri need to finally take legal action? Or will they keep waiting so the show can continue with a storyline that still links them all together? I have so many questions and not enough answers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. See you next time.